Well, we all know about this whole current pandemic thing.
Right.
How has business been since?
Well, you know what? I think Jacksonville's done a great job. We've got great people who want to support local businesses. Obviously, it's been weird. The month of April this year, we literally were shut down. I never would have expected in my wildest dreams that distribution of all of the product and businesses would be shut down. But back then, it was, it's very intimidating. It's very scary. It's a very nuanced issue, right? So we've got our masks. A lot of the people who come in here act appropriately. We clean and sanitize. But quite honestly, we've never been busier. People are working from home. There's not a lot of entertainment. Can't go to the movie theaters, really. I mean, you can't here in Florida, but in other places specifically, I know you can't. I mean, people aren't going out to eat as much. No vacations, right? I mean, I didn't do anything. I'm not going anywhere for the holidays. It's very weird. It's kind of surreal, like we're taking a year off. But we've been lucky to benefit from being in a community, because this place, it's way more than what we sell. I mean, that is like the secondary part of it, obviously. Money is a tool that we use. We trade for our labor. But business is about value. And a lot of times people tie value into money, which is an appropriate thing to do. But for me, the value that we offer here is a community, is, kind of like a tribe. Where it's nice to have, you got people who love comic books. Obviously, this is a comic book store. But I like to call it a pop culture shop, because you got people who love Godzilla, right? Star Wars. You've got really cool independent stories, people that just collect statues. Some people are pop collectors. Those Funko Pops are all the rage now, right? Some people just like reading. And, and that's what I try to encourage in Jacksonville specifically, is letting people know this is generational, right? That's why it's like sports teams. Fans yelling out Duval and are passionate for the Jaguars, right? It was the same thing up north. Man, Buffalo Bill fans are jumping off rooftops and smashing tables, right? I mean, in New England, you're a New England fan or you're not a fan. You know what I mean? You don't root for other teams. That's not how it works, right? And so, in that aspect, comics have that kind of sentiment. You can have a 6-year-old who loves Amazing Spider-Man, a 41-year-old who loves Amazing Spider-Man, a 70-year-old. There's not a lot of things in America that have lasted as long as the kind of comic book pop culture. And for me, it really showed me as a younger kid who had very smart sisters and wasn't sure I was on their level or enjoyed reading, that it wasn't about that. It was about finding something that I was interested in. As soon as I found that, then I was like, oh, I love to read.
Who's your favorite comic book hero?
Okay, well, it's pretty simple. It's Amazing Spider-Man. All right, with great power comes great responsibility. My name is Ben, obviously, and as growing up, I have this weird thing, anything that has Ben in it. So I read a Spider-Man, and he started from his Uncle Ben. So then I was like, all right, this is already one of my favorite things ever. And then I identified with a geeky kid in high school, how cool it would be to get superpowers. So Spidey's awesome, and I also like how tragedy befalls him constantly, and he keeps getting up from it. That's the kind of resilience that you learn. This stuff teaches you about life and about how to respond to life and how to get back up. And so Amazing Spider-Man is easily my favorite. And then come to boot, in the 90s, they made a clone of him and they named him Ben Reilly. So I was like, it's pretty much everything. Listen, Star Wars, old Ben Kenobi up. I was like, all right, my favorite movie ever. All right, yeah, it's pretty simple when you live life like that. But yeah, Amazing Spider-Man is my guy, but I love the DC Universe as well. I mean, there's a lot of them up there. Obviously, Gotham City Limit. Marvel doesn't have any city. I mean, they just use New York City, right? So it's going to be New York City Limit, right? So you got to go with something from DC. But yeah, I think Amazing Spider-Man barely tops off a couple others that I really, really enjoy. I mean, I got to be honest, Black Widow and Deathstroke, some of my favorite characters as well.